Ever since I was a kid, I loved gaming. I never, however, saw it taking me as far as where I am right now by meeting so many amazing people, creating a family everywhere that I go around the world, and allowing me to express myself in so many different ways and having a lot of opportunities. Gaming has brought so much joy into my life, and I know that it brings so much joy into everyone else's life as well. So this is what gaming means to me. Welcome to my house. This is my best friend. His name is Gonch, which is big head in Armenian. Boy. So, I was born in Kuwait, and it's a Middle Eastern country. It's right next to Iraq. And I was about 8 to 9 years old when I came to the United States. And the funny thing is that, I guess it's not funny, but when I was a kid, like pretty much everybody had, when you go to school, you have fire drills and whatnot, regular school safety procedures. But I had bomb drills that I had to do as a kid, and I would remember being extremely frightened every time that this drill would happen, because in my head I'm a little kid thinking, what's like a bomb drill? I haven't someone's gonna drop a bomb on us. And at that time, Saddam Hussein was threatening with chemical warfare and everything. So my childhood was a little rough in the upbringing of knowing whether or not I was gonna live. To be honest, I had that fear a lot when I was a kid. My dad had been waiting, 13 years for his visa to be accepted. I think I spoke Armenian and Arabic pretty much my upbringing, and I never had learned English. But when I came to the States, I sort of forgot Arabic because there was nobody to talk Arabic with, and Armenian is my native language, so I'd have to speak Armenian at home. But whenever I was at school, I took so many different classes for English courses. I remember I'd have to be at school by 6 a.m. almost every day just to get caught up on the language. So when I was a kid, I was introduced to God at a very young age, but it wasn't until I think junior year of high school where I started questioning the existence of God because of the science classes that I was taking, and just the very concept of it. As a human being, I think in nature we're just going to question our existence, and I was always told that God exists, but I never knew why, and I never really studied the Bible. I never studied my religion. I just followed it blindly. And I think a lot of people, grow up in that same type of culture where they're just, raised in the church, but these are the people that usually kind of fall off because they're just always told that God exists. I started noticing that my life, when I turned to God, was at the lowest point I had ever been in my life. I was suicidal because of a horrible breakup that I had. I was completely depressed, not only just because of the breakup, but it was who I was as a person. But when I turned to God, I got an automatic 180 turnaround of my life just started skyrocketing. Started reading the Bible so much more. I started questioning priests even more just so I can get a better idea. And right now I can happily say that I, fully 100% believe in Jesus. God has done so much into my life that I cannot turn away from him at this point.
No matter for me, I got it. Follow me. Follow me, just chilling, I got SoundCloud too, so I'm on SoundCloud, make beats, yada yada.
That's a good sister.
I mean, I didn't pick up your clothes or nothing because I didn't know what kind of diseases or infections they had. But
Why are you gonna do that like that, huh? Why you treat me like that?
nobody watch him play because this is who he really is.
Well, we did not know he's gonna make money with this game. First of all, he was 4 years old. It's a hobby, and then it was a problem for us to let him play and not to take care of his school. But before 2-3 years, he gets serious. And when we saw people paying him money for this game, yeah, we like it actually, because no sense you play games without making money. Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, you play games for what? You waste your time? It has to be some type of income.
As a child, like, I know, like, I would get mad kind of when he would play his games and everything, because one, like, he wouldn't let me play his games. Like, he would get really mad every time I try to play Xbox and be like, don't touch it, you're gonna break it. And then I remember, like, I had like Dance Dance Revolution, the game, and I got that as a present, and he took that and he would play it instead, and I would get so mad, and like we would have so many arguments over that.
When did I take that?
What do you mean when did you take Dance? He took Dance Dance Revolution and started playing in his room.
In the beginning, as a mother, I just thought it's good because keep him inside, and I mean he goes outside and he plays, but he's in front of my eyes, like he's playing and he's safe at home. But when he started playing like so much, I got worried about his back, for example, sitting so much on the chair. But when I see the happiness and he's having fun, I'm okay. But I just always tell him, like, go walk a little bit, make exercise, and then go sit and play.
From 4 to 16, 17. That's the age that he started being more serious. And then when he started traveling, I like it more because he's seeing the world. But still, sometimes I think he's giving more time for games than his school, and that's a problem.
He's traveling everywhere. I'm happy for him. He gets to know different cultures, meets different people, and get more education. But I want him to give priority for his college.
As he grew older, like once he started going to the competitions, like I could tell it was like a real serious thing, because I never heard of like Street Fighter competitions and stuff. And then like when he started getting paid, I was like, okay, like I'm proud of you. Cause yeah. And like he started going to like England and Japan, and that was really good because he always told us like, oh, I want to go to Japan. So yeah.
So right now what's going on with Street Fighter 5 is that the second season came out, and this was basically a patch from season 1 when the game first came out in February. We had a lot of complaints within the community about the game not being as good as we wanted it to be, as we expected it to be, whatever. So Capcom patched the game, and so now we're in season 2. The problem with season 2 is that there's even more complaints now between top players and a lot of the lower players as well, because a lot of the things that we complained about in season 1 got fixed with certain characters, but they gave the exact same things that we were complaining about to other characters as well. So instead of like making the game more of like this, equally balanced, it kind of shifted towards like this, but like that. So nothing really changed within the balance of the game. Plus, a lot of stuff seems to be like glitchy, and it's not it's kind of laggy right now as well. One of the biggest problems with the game is that there's a lot of lag when we're playing. So the button does not come out as soon as we practically like press it. There's 6.5 frames of lag to be exact. So a lot of the things that we need to react to are unreactable not because we cannot react to them, but because the game doesn't allow us to. And when you're playing a fighting game, you have to be able to react to everything that's going on screen. And sometimes, or most of the time, we're losing. A lot of the top players are losing because we're unable to react because of the game. So right now, we complained a lot to Capcom, and thankfully they acknowledged it finally. And we're looking at another patch coming within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Personally, I'm looking towards my character, and I'm not really happy right now with Ken. I think that they unfairly nerfed Ken a lot from Season 1 to Season 2. He was a really good character in Season 1, but I think that they hurt him a lot in Season 2. And this is affecting not just myself, but every Ken player that plays Ken. So right now, Ken is not at a state where I enjoy playing him, because it's really, really hard to play the character at a top level. So I'm hoping that with this next patch that they fix my character and they fix the game so we can all be happy again.
I hope that anyone who is watching my story is inspired to pursue their passion the way that I pursue gaming.